So now there's merchants and merchants too. And I assume every time you look up a merchant, you just got to pull both tables in, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what columns you're grabbing, right? You have
Okay.
to know what things are where. And most applications, I mean, most of these columns were completely pointless. I
Yeah.
am sure if you actually looked at them, they were completely not used for an 8 years or something, right? It's just like somebody decided, oh, I'm just going to add another column. There wasn't all of our like SQL schema was not actually in any code, any source control.
Hmm.
You just had to submit forms to the DBAs who would manually run them for actual like stored procedures, of which there were hundreds or thousands. You had to like manually check them out in different environments and then write your name like, I am editing this, please don't edit it.
Hmm.
And then you would like leave a little like change log of what you did. Uh, and you'd end up finding out like someone didn't do it in the lower environment. So by the time you get to production, it's wrong, and all sorts of fun things there. So, adding a column, as long as you can get one DBA to agree, you're good to go.
Hmm. Which they did thousands of times, apparently. I just wonder, how can you possibly have that much information about a single entity in the world? Obviously, there's probably a lot of foreign key relationships, which is probably a lot of those columns. But I mean, how much can you know about a single merchant? Like more than 1,024 things matter?
Yeah, it was. I think a lot of it was things like, are they involved in this promo? Do they have this kind of equipment? There was all sorts of different iterations of this product, or like, who is their salesperson? It's so there was honestly like the domain itself was very complicated. I never got a full picture of all of this domain of what's going on. Now, as we now know, of course, and even then it was happening, like Stripe is simplified payments to like a nice minimal thing. And I actually remember at the time there was a group that was supposed to be doing like open source work and trying to take on Stripe. And I was so excited. I was, gung ho 20-year-old first job. I was like, I'm going to join the cool group doing open source. And they had some Python code that looked straight up like C# code. And I made a PR to like fix their indentation, and they got really mad at me. They were using tabs instead of spaces. And, it's Python, like 4
Right.
spaces. And yeah, no, it did not go well.